Yeah, I did. I got her last shot off.
No, 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 no. They're leading us from the forest.
They're leading us?
Can't stop it.
PANOPTES! Face me! I'll block it for as long as I can. You must take down its defenses.
What? How? Oh, man cannon. Cannon. Okay, this unstable simulation doesn't hurt me too bad.
Use the arc charge.
Use the what? Okie dokie. Now what? Kaboosh!
I can give you a fair shot at its eye.
Okay, it did that on its own. I didn't do that. Do I need to soften my landing? Yeah, I didn't do the arc charge thing. The slam down did it on its own. All right, at least now when you do that one more time on the right side, we should be good. Oh, hello, that's a lot of hive. All we gotta do is find the infinite proxy. Ouch! It seems like a sniper shot. The hive don't have snipers. Okay, come on. Get some ammo again. Let's roll. Did I see a wizard? I think I saw a wizard. Yep, I saw a wizard. Come on, come on. Come on, I have the shot. There we go. Okay, didn't kill it, but I got a lot of damage on it. Crap, it's shielded. Got it. There goes the proxy. I hear
Your time in the infinite forest ends now. The shield.
And again, 1. And 2. And 3. I like these types of things with the unique way to fight. You know, it's not just not just to fight a boss at the end. You have a target you're actually going for. You have to almost like raid mechanics, sort of. I like those kind of boss fights. You actually have special mechanics you have to use in order to fight the enemy. Divinity's Crown, Field's Class. Now what? We have to deal with the Cabal. He vanished.
We can't let PANOPTES get away. Follow it.
Crap, missed. You guys have a grenade. I see Osiris things up there. Apologize for the coughing. I see Osiris shadows up there, or echoes. Shoot you in the knee till you fall. And then whee! Here we go again. Alright, let's reload this quickly. Quickly. Oh, missed one. It's two. Okay. Whew, that would have been bad. It would really, really bad. I assume I probably got a checkpoint back there with the, with this Infinity's Crown a minute ago, which before, after I defeated this, after I shot him down for the second time, broke his shield the second time. I'm gonna guess I probably got a checkpoint there, I hope. As I'd suck if I do all that again. There we go. Takes care of that.
No, Penelope! Your future only has one ending now.
Here's the charge. Got it. Rocket launcher ready. Fire. And there he goes.
And give me back my ghost!
Oh, hey, there's Osiris. A real one. I'm back. What's up? Unmasked this time.
The Vex Mind is destroyed, and the path to their dark future is gone with it.
And in case you were wondering, our guardians were amazing.
Our guardians? Huh. My guardians. Guardian thief.
Osiris, it's been a very long time.
Too long, my I was going to say student, but, well, that word is too small for you now.
I've had other teachers. Time. Pain. A guardian who makes a habit of the impossible, who I'm proud to call a friend.
The world has changed.
So has the city. You could come back with me.
No, my place is here now. We stopped the Vex this time, but many equations lead to the same solution. If they were ever to find another... Besides, I predicted many things, but I never saw you. Now we have a future. The pathway to the forest will be open if you ever need to find me. Or if you want to talk.
I'd like that.
Great. Galaxy saved. Friends again. Our big hero over here. And by the way, you're welcome.
Come, little light. We have infinite realities to explore. And all the time in the world.
What's this? Oh, it takes us straight to the lighthouse. Okay. Look around the place. Now this is supposed to be a dial that allows you to track getting exotic weapons. I believe it's weapons. I don't remember if it's weapons and armor. But I believe it's just weapons. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Each time there's a special set of tasks. There's just some information that I've listened to from other videos and from the live streams they did.
They closed their...
I believe.
I still can't believe you let Osiris return to the infinite forest without introducing me. I've studied all of Osiris's writings and written 5 works exploring his wisdom. Remind me again, how many Osiris books you've written? Still, someone must record the signs. I have seen portents that direct my attention to the infinite forest. Go probe its mysteries, and I am sure Osiris will be pleased. Perhaps pleased enough to visit his most loyal servant.
Anyway. What does this do? We get some new gear here. I kind of like that cloak. Okay. I'll go with the cloak then. You get missions from him at some point. I'm not really sure when. Maybe you need to complete something else. Or maybe you need to get to the maximum. I know I'm only 24. I didn't get to the maximum level, but you get something from him called
one of them is that Guardians have no respect for my time.
Prophecies, I believe is what they were called. And you take these prophecies, and they give you a list of objectives to do. Things like complete public events, probably like do missions here and there. They give you a series of things to do. Most of these things look like they're rather easy to do, or you know, they take some time, but they're simple enough to do. It's not anything complex like trying to score 100 points in the Crucible, and every time you die, you lose points, something like that. I don't think it's anything like that. But you get objectives, and when you complete those objectives, you will get a specific weapon. It's not like before. It's kind of like the exotic. What were they called? I forgot what they were called at the time back in Destiny 1. But there were special patrol missions you would get when you turned in. Okay, let me back up a little bit more here. In Destiny 1, you would get patrols from the patrol robot guy, the bounty hunter guy, bounty guy. You would go do those missions, do those bounties, and you couldn't complete them just by going into the menu and then clicking on them. You actually had to take those bounties back to that robot and turn them in. When you turn those in, there was a chance you could get an exotic bounty that gave you access to a special set of missions that, when you completed those missions, gave you a exotic weapon, like the Invective, for example, like I believe it was a Pocket Infinity, for example, the Thorn, for example. I believe that's what these prophecies are supposed to do. You get a prophecy, it gives you a special set of steps to do. You complete those steps. Oops. You don't come back here and shoot the ground. You don't need to do that. You come back here and you get that exotic weapon for that prophecy, and it will be that weapon's prophecy, or that prophecy's weapon. It won't be an RNG, it won't be a random weapon. It'll be that exact prophecy's weapon, and it will light up one of these little things here, letting you know that you've picked up that particular weapon. And there's supposed to be 11 of them in total. And once you, like I said, once you get it, it lights it up. So I guess maybe it requires you to get to level 25 because I can't seem to do it. I can't seem to pull it up right now. And it makes sense that I actually have to get 25 before I can actually do those things. But whatever. Yeah, it's pretty much all I'm going to show for the Trials of Osiris, or Trials of Osiris, Curse of Osiris. It was obviously a very short DLC. It's kind of the downside to the DLCs of Destiny is they're usually pretty short, completed into 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, depending on how quick you can get through the missions and how much time you take kind of exploring, or if you have trouble fighting the enemies or whatnot. I think this took me about 3 to 4 hours to do. Let's see, what time is it now? Yeah, it took me about 3 to 4 hours. The only other DLC, the only other expansion DLC that was longer than that was the was the Taken King, and that was a whole new level of content. The Taken King could have easily been a second game. The Taken King could have easily been the basis for Destiny 2. Just like the whole deal with Gaul was the basis for Destiny 2 in the vanilla Destiny 2. If they had wanted to, they probably could have taken the Taken King and all of its content and made it the vanilla Destiny 2, and then from there, but everything else after that been expansions to Destiny 2. That was how much content was to Taken King. But this expansion, most likely the second expansion, something revolving around the War Mines, are likely going to be those short, that's short in time, because those expansions are they're just that. They're just kind of expansions. They're not really full games in that aspect. And the whole point of that's kind of the downside to these kind of things. Just they're so short, easy to finish, quick to finish. I just hope they come out with more DLC later that is worth more than just a few hours of content, at least as far as campaign stuff. Mostly because I'm a PvE kind of person. Now, I know they added a lot of stuff to the end game, which is good. It gives me replayability and reasons to keep playing after the campaign. Things like the exploring the Infinite Forest, things like doing the public events that appear here on Mercury. Those prophecies, things of that sort. And most importantly for me, strikes. I want them to, whenever they bring out expansions, I want them to put a lot of strikes in those expansions, because I love strikes. It's kind of odd for me. I normally don't like repeating content, or like playing the same thing over and over and over again. That's usually why, for the most part, I play a game, I finish it, I usually don't go back to it unless it just has some really good replayability for some reason. Like if there's some secrets I didn't find out or whatever. But for the most part, I don't ever repeat anything I've already played. And strikes seem to be the only exception to that rule. I seem to love doing strikes. Before this DLC came out, I spent the last 3 days just doing nothing but strikes. And it was the same 5 strikes that Destiny 2 has had since its release back in September. I really love doing the strikes.
I have detailed accounts of the events of Osiris's exile.
Excuse me, I apologize for that.
The betrayal of the Vanguard.
I really love doing the strikes.
There, of course, but I am certain I've captured them too.
So whenever they do release DLC, the biggest thing I'm looking for is strikes. I want them to have a lot of strikes, or at least ways to change the strike up a little bit. For example, in Destiny 1, near the end of the Destiny 1's lifespan, if you will, they had the max level strike. It wasn't really the heroic strikes, because they didn't really have any modifiers, but the maximum light level they wanted to put on those strikes, which I think was 320. and still be matchmaking, you could go into those strikes, and then there was a random chance you would encounter either the main enemies of that strike, like for example the Sepix Prime strike. You could encounter the Fallen there. You could encounter the Hive there. You could encounter the Fallen and the Hive. You could encounter Taken sometimes in some of the strikes. You know, vary up the strikes a little bit. If you can't bring in multiple strikes, vary the strikes you've already got. So if you go into the same one, there's a chance you could go this way, or a chance you go this way, or a chance you go this way with the enemies, or the way you do it, or something like that. That's what I'm looking for in these DLCs when it comes to Destiny. I really love the strikes. So as far as this particular the campaign in this particular DLC itself, it was very good. It was very detailed. I like the fact they referred to a story that was talked about, glanced at during Destiny 1. There was mention of Osiris, and there was the trials of Osiris and all that. And they brought him in, then we brought him here, and then we found out about him, learned why he was lost in the Vex conflux most of all this time. I enjoyed all that. It was good. Again, my only complaint was short. 3 hours, 4 hours tops. I'm sure probably a 3-person fire team that are very good at working together and very talented players. I would be surprised could finish it in 2 hours. Because there really wasn't a whole lot of mechanics that really would hold you back. But anyway, that'll do it for the Destiny 2 Curse of Osiris. Hope you enjoyed these episodes of Curse of Osiris. I don't know what I'm going to show after this, if anything. But if I do show it, obviously, you guys will see it on the channel. If I don't show anything, then after this, the next thing that I will guarantee they'll show will most likely be the second expansion that comes out whenever it comes out. I don't think they've given a date on that yet. So, unless I see you between now and the next expansion number 2. This will do it for Curse of Osiris. And, don't forget to like and subscribe. And, check out the playlist for all the Destiny 2 playlists that I have that are the main campaign. Check out my Destiny 1 playlist that I did of the main campaign. And the Taken King. That was a lot of fun. So check out those playlists. And check out the links at the end of this video for my other stuff. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, because of Renegade. I'll see you later.